What's going on, guys? Your boy XQ420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode of Day Zero. Of course, we got the powerful one, the immaculate one, and the spiritual one is back with us this week for episode 209. Did y'all make it? Well, I guess technically it's not here yet. The SNAP benefit's supposed to come tomorrow. Doesn't it technically come on a Monday?
Oh, yeah, do they? I don't know. I think it's just, like, the
I don't
date
know.
according to your last name.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay,
A
okay.
through D is, like, on the 1st, and then whatever is on the 2nd, the 3rd, and so now people are gonna get it on the 5th, or what is the
Are
madness?
they? Is that what's happening?
The federal judge said so, and so the word is
That
that
don't mean
everyone will
nothing.
have it. I know, that's what I thought, like, that can just be appealed or wwhatever, but maybe they're just
Uh,
saying
uh,
that to
uh,
keep people from rioting. They're like, "Yeah, we promise it'll be on the 5th."
yeah. Well, somebody was like, "Hey, I mean, y'all already stealing shit. You know how I know?" I was like, "What do you mean?" Because when I go into Walmart try to buy shampoo, I gotta find a damn associate to unlock it.
For real.
So y'all already stealing shit. I mean, I ain't have to wait for them to cut off the benefits. Y'all already stealing shit. I seen another person. They said they were pissed off because they're like, "Damn, man, I've been buying Snap off somebody $2,000 worth of groceries for $500." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." Niggas out here running scams. That's a poor scam too. $2,000
Oh,
for
they they
$500.
used to do they used to do that shit when I was a freshman in college. Back in 1990, I would see that food stamps at Food Stamp Monday at the
Uh-huh.
grocery store. Everybody was cashing in. That's the day, and you would see some all kinds of crazy shit going on there. But there's all these side hustles going on, selling your stamps for because you can't buy alcohol and you can't buy tobacco with it, right? Obviously, you can't
Oh,
buy
okay,
drugs, but
okay, got you, got you.
but but the grocery store where we were was like a grocery store, and then there was a separate liquor store that was like inside the store, but it was technically separate. I don't know. There's all sorts of like you know deals going down. 50% off, get
Okay,
some cash,
okay.
go in there,
So,
buy some Colt 45s and you're good. So, I mean, that's been going on for a while. It's nothing new. That's just prison economics.
Right. That's even, like, when they had, like, the literal stamps, like, "Here's your food stamps." That's why we call it food stamps, right? And they're like, "Here, I'll give you, yeah,
Yeah, that's what
$50 of food
like
stamps, you give me
Disneyland
20."
stamps.
Yeah.
I would have figured that they would been smart enough to tie this to something that could not be easily given away.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah. Well, like,
I
this is what should happen. When I've been ridiculously poor most of my life. When I was young, we didn't have food sometimes, we didn't have a house sometimes, like, that kind of poor. And we went, I think it was through the military, we would go stand in line and they would hand us food. It'd be like bags of dried beans and, like, here's your block of, like, government cheese and, like, it's all really gross food and, like,
It was
but
good
it's
cheese. I like
food.
the cheese. It was a big
I
old thing
loved the
like this
cheese.
big.
Yeah, I
it's
actually
the
love
hoop
the
cheese,
cheese.
hoop
I
cheese.
love the powdered milk was my favorite. I actually didn't know what real milk was until I was, like, 5 years old, and then they gave it to me, and I was like, "What is this bullshit? Like, give me my powdered milk." Like, they had to, like, wean me off of powdered milk, so I'm a child of poverty, but that worked. Like, what are you gonna do with your block of cheese? Sell it to someone? I mean, you can, but, like, no one wants it really, so, like, if you need food, you come get this food, and it's just food. We're not gonna give you money. We're not gonna let you choose fucking donuts and shit at the store. Like, here's your food. If you actually need this to survive, then you'll be grateful we're giving you this bag of dried beans and this rice, and then that's, like, what you get. Nothing wrong with that.
Can you, and of course, envision a scenario in which your MasterCard, debit card, EBT card, Snap card, it's all the same thing through the World Economic Forum. The same MasterCard that's assigning you a carbon score for your items. Certainly that could measure what you were buying or trying to buy and decide whether or not they could allow it or not, right?
They
I
already
think that
do.
era's
Which is
passed.
I can't
I
buy
think that era's
shampoo with
gone.
my I have food stamps right now, because I applied for the free fucking oops, I shouldn't even show that online because now some people have my number, but
Uh-oh.
because I applied for free medical whatever because I needed medical
Mhm.
support, and they're like, "Here, you get food stamps." I'm like, I mean, I'll take it. Like, thanks. You can't buy
I
shit
know.
with this that isn't approved. So if you scan it and you try to pay for it, it's like no. So they can already control what people buy. I don't know why they let them buy a bunch of bullshit. Like, why
Well,
are
you
you
can.
able to buy bullshit
One
with
thing I
this?
noticed, you can get fucking Grubhub some places and it says EBT acceptance
That's
for Grubhub.
fucked up. Like that's
They
fucked
they
up.
they need
I
to
s-
they need to do a reform of it. And that could just be turning some of those things off, turn Grubhub off, turn Count Chocula off, turn all that shit off. And make it so that it's really kind of just the
Vegetables,
bare
meat,
minimum. But
dairy.
right.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, who really runs the program is the agricultural industry, the big agra. And this is a subsidy for them. It's a hit because all that money goes back to them in some form or fashion because they're just massive conglomerates that benefit a ton from this. They obviously don't want it to go towards actual food. And of course, the state doesn't want it to go towards actual food either. They hate your guts and want you dead. So, like, why would they want to give you like fruits and vegetables and shit? Like,
So I think they're
they're totally content with you eating the bottom of the barrel goy slop, as they call it. So, like
so
government
there's got to
cheese,
be
if
something
it's
in the middle.
free,
You got a card, but on the other
yeah.
end of the spectrum, like the Nazis had a program for food for people who needed it, but literally they would like. I'm not even kidding. They would look in your like refrigerator. I mean, they would fucking look in your cupboards and see what you needed.
Like, what do you need? Yeah.
Right. Like it was crazy because their system was broken down to this network where every family, no matter what, fell under this grouping of like this person who was in charge of like the smallest grouping was about 40 families. But every 40 families had one guy who would come around on a regular basis and be like, hey, what do you need? And the government would provide literally specifically exactly what they needed, whether it was heating or clothing or it didn't matter. And this was all funded through a series of kind of voluntary donations. Like the brown shirts would come around with the tin cup and like, you better contribute or we'll remember you kind of thing, right? So it was a very authoritarian in your face kind of thing. So there's got to be an in between the debit card that gets you everything and the fucking Nazis looking in your fucking cabinet. You know what I mean?
I don't know, no, but if you think you need food,
Yeah.
actually, like, why can't someone look in your cupboard and prove it?
Right,
You're the one
right, no.
asking, like, for you're begging for food. You're supposedly your children and you are gonna die without this. Then won't you show us that you've got nothing in the cupboards and you genuinely need this? Like, why not? I don't know.
Yeah,
You're a beggar.
we certainly won't take all that information down, keep it in a journal and track you or anything.
Oh, and then this
Oh
person
no,
comes up to me and they're like, go ahead.
is most of the people worth tracking? I mean, they ain't got a ton going on. They're like, we sit there, it's like, oh, we're gonna track them. It's like, well, shit. What kind of shit are you picking up? It's like when they're saying, oh, China's getting your data, and I was like, ain't no data up there, but damn, girls shaking their ass, and at that point in
Well,
time,
they're
niggas
getting
talking
it.
about wearing a mask and taking a shot. I mean, when they said China was getting our data, I'm like, ain't nothing up there. What data? What data you getting? There was one with a
Yeah,
girl
be
trying
careful
to
what you
swing a
wish
hot dog
for.
through their legs. Yeah, swing a hot dog
Yeah.
through their legs and catch it with their mouth. I was like, "Is this the data they picking up
That's the
on?"
data
I
you
mean, I mean,
Yeah.
this is the data that we're worried about them stealing. The girls switching into the Halloween costumes. You know,
I don't
chick
know
like
getting over
what.
there
they'll
talking about
steal.
how they cheated on their husband. I'm just like, there
Yeah.
ain't no data here.
I'm
No, the
not saying
American
give them all your
government's like,
data,
well,
but like
you got
there's no data you have that they don't already have and haven't had forever. Nothing you're hiding from anyone.
Right.
Anyone who wants it has it.
or the flip side is they steal your banking data, but the joke's on them because you don't have any money.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, this
Like nobody has any money.
Hey, well, that's
Like,
gonna
they're
come to
like, we
fruition.
hacked into these Americans' accounts, and they're like, why are they all so poor? It's like,
I thought they were rich over there.
Here's the end
Our
game,
government.
okay? And I think me and Cory kind of touched on it just a little bit this past week, but eventually, we like they can't keep putting zeros at the end of this debt. Like eventually, somebody's got to figure out, okay, what we're gonna do. So they're gonna offload it into some type of stable coin, and then they're gonna say that your money's 30 cents on the dollar. And so, yeah, I know you spent $400,000 on your house, but it's actually worth like $40,000 now.
See, people keep saying this, and I don't know how they're going to do that because the amount of debt just doesn't make sense with the amount of tokens and coins that are out there right now at all. There's not even remotely close to enough. Like, you can't inject $40 trillion of debt into a $4 trillion market. It doesn't work that way.
Blow up the world.
Don't test that gangster now. Do not test their gangster. Oh, don't worry. They'll get together and they'll put their heads together and figure this hoe out.
So the way that they would do this is that they would, because they've been doing this in small amounts. They've been offloading the debt to the fucking Coinbase and Bitstamp and all the fucking stablecoin people. That's how they're getting their permission to create their own currencies, because they're offloading the federal debt to these companies who are then minting tokens based on debt. Are you fucking kidding me? This is a Ponzi of the fucking highest magnitude. And they can't do this they cannot, I mean, it's, you can't do this. I mean, you just can't. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, anybody who knows anything about economics at all should understand they cannot do this.
Oh, they're gonna.
Hey, economics be damned. Economics be damned. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, we ain't worried about the logistics of this. Just know, because hey, look, the only thing that matters is what you can hold on to or back up by force. So if they impose it, they can back it up with force. That's it. Like, you don't have rights, you don't have anything unless you can back it up with force.
If they tried to do this, what would happen was it would force volume through the market at an unbelievable speed. I mean, you'd have like a $10 million Bitcoin overnight, because the market would have no choice but to absorb the totality of that volume, of that, $40 trillion that they inject into the market. It would have no choice but to like spin all the little gears. Every token would go to the fucking moon because the money would just roll back through the system.
Yeah, it'd be hard to, price discovery would be almost impossible with that much money injected in. You wouldn't know what was worth anything. It would all be so fake. So I wonder what the role of Tether is going to be going forward, besides being the most profitable company in the world on a per employee basis.
Now that you said something about that you wouldn't know what anything's worth, don't worry. We've got our own coin now, and we know what that's worth.
Independent media
token. What you've been using now that all this flooded in, man, we ain't got a clue, man. Stuff's just all over the place. So let's get everybody back together, and we've got something for you, so everybody knows what everything's worth now. So that is something.
Independent media token will fucking skyrocket simply because of the value of Solana going to the fucking moon. When you got a $10,000 Solana, you're gonna have a fucking $10 or $20 million market cap on IMT. So go ahead, destroy the economy. So
go along and
in the short term.
Go. It's like getting on a surfboard and just riding the wave at that point. You don't even have
That's
to
the
do
thing
anything.
about these token projects. If you launch them the way we did, is that as the value of your base token goes up, your token goes up in value no matter what, just because the way liquidity pools work. So that's
so I'm glad you did it on Solana and not Ethereum, because I think Ethereum sucks.
Ethereum sucks. They're rewriters of history in a world that you're not supposed to rewrite history.
Y'all be bagging on Ethereum. Y'all be bagging on Ethereum, man.
I bag on Ethereum because they rolled their chain back. tried to pretend like shit didn't happen when it did. That is fucking diabolical, man. Once you do that, it's like exposing, you know,
I saw
Well, in a
another
way, it didn't
recent
anything
happen.
breakdown
is
of
In a way, it
Ethereum.
didn't.
I
anything
saw
is
another very
possible.
I saw another very important analysis of what Ethereum has done recently and the centralization around Ethereum, and how they had created initially from the start what had become a 60 to 70 billion dollar a year Ethereum mining industry. And
Okay.
when they fucking went to proof of stake, they destroyed that industry overnight. $60 billion a year to 70 billion a year of mining Ethereum gone overnight. And they implemented proof of stake, which means you have to have roughly 38 Ethereum. Let me see. In order to launch a node, which only makes you about 4 to 5%, I think at most in APR, you got to have 38 Ethereum. Let me do some quick math here. What's 38
About
times, let's just round it
100,000.
to
About
4,000.
110,000.
Oh, it comes up to about 100. Yeah, about 140 something thousand. And so what does that mean? That means it's a rich get richer system. Nobody can just jump into mining, into staking Ethereum. And so they have all these little pools that pop up, and the pools give you a fraction of what you would earn if you had a full node, basically. And so the system sucks. Proof of stake sucks. Everything about
Yeah.
it sucks. But institutional money is flowing into it because there's this concept of tokenization of assets. So if I own the Mona Lisa,
Yeah.
I could launch 1 billion tokens and put them out there and be like, if you own a token, you can own a piece of the Mona Lisa. Yeah, bullshit. They suck my dick. And I'm pretty confident it doesn't work that way. Right?
No, that's the way it works, Corey. That's what they're trying to tell you, that you can own a piece of it.
Well,
You today.
there is fractionalization that's been around for a while. In fact, the reason why I bought the island in Belize when I bought it was to build it out and then fractionalize the ownership of it. So it's a really outstanding concept when done properly. When you tokenize it, that's a different thing. Because I mean, with the fractionalization, you got usage of it as well as having ownership of it. So
Right.
it's like
There's
it's a little of
utility.
both. But when you tokenize the ownership of the Mona Lisa into like all this stuff, then you're just gambling. You're just or it's some ego thing or whatever. I don't know. But it's you're gambling on it essentially. Because there's no value in it. It's not doing anything for you. The only thing it can do
And
is
so,
go up. You hope more people think it's neat to own it and will pay more than what you paid.
and since stocks, when you own stocks, in theory, they pay out dividends when the company makes money, right? That's like why people have stocks.
If they're structured that way, some are, some aren't.
If they're dividend stocks, yeah. If they're
But
dividend
like,
stocks, a lot of them aren't.
if you were to tokenize assets, there's nothing really that maintains the correlation of price. You can have an exorbitant day, and the value of the token brings the value of the asset to double or triple what the asset's actually worth.
If you
You know
want
what
to
I
think
mean?
about it like this, Corey, the independent media token generates a dividend of 1% on
Right.
transactions. Okay, so that's sort of and then how that is allocated.
I mean, in theory, that could be just given back to holders. In theory, if you had a token of that sort, you could launch a token that launches.
Right, but the whole point of it is for it to be pooled and deployed and used for the things that they want it to be used for, and all that. But yeah, should you ever get to a point where some companies do, where they've got so much cash that they want to deploy it back to the shareholders, they'll just do stock buybacks, and that does a couple things. It gets rid of cash, pushes up the stock price, triggers bonuses for executives. It does a lot of stuff like that. As Corey would probably say, you should be buying Bitcoin instead of stock buybacks.
Are they very heavily regulated, those stock buybacks? Because those stock buybacks seem like artificial inflation of the market. And I saw a
Oh,
recent analysis on the stock market that said all these companies are doing stock buybacks, and all of them are basically falsely inflating their stock price.
and every person who is in a decision-making capacity for the stock buyback has some sort of bonus that's tied to stock appreciation during the calendar year or whatever. So they have a financial interest, stock options, stock, triggers, whatever, escalators, and whatever, however their contracts are structured to make sure that that's the most important thing. So if you're thinking long term, you're like, shit, let's sit on this cash and go out and buy some company that's in distress, or buy Bitcoin, or buy, sit on it, wait for an opportunity. But if you're like, oh fuck, man, the stock is at $50 and I need it to be at $55 for my bonus to trigger, and I'm going to make $3 million if it does, then you're just like, why don't we just buy our own stock back? If that'll kick it to 60, I'll be good. Boom, you buy all your stock back, goes to 60, everybody gets their bonuses, everybody's happy. The company should have held on to that and done something differently with the money, but what the fuck do you care? You got your money. So sometimes like the decision making isn't always in alignment with what's best for the company when it comes to spending that cash. Like some companies don't even know what to do with all their cash. It's like
I'll take
a
it.
fucking liability, even though it's an asset.
You know what to do with it, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Donate
go
it to
buy all the
us.
property I can, and then I'm gonna say bye, everybody, and I'll never see any of you again.
No,
It's not because I don't love you.
Bye.
They do know what to do with all their cash. Hoard it, lay off people so they reach a projected number, and then say, "Yay!" Pat themselves on the back. I mean, that's what it looks like they do to me.
You know what I would do?
They're laying off people left and right now.
I would go do that thing where you just like pay for poor and old people's groceries, like without them knowing they're like getting checked out, and then you just slide in and like tap and then run away. That's how I would do all day, every day.
Well, there you go.
The
And then I'd
mystery
be
But
poor
tapper.
soon again.
that's not quite what they're doing, and it's really despicable whenever you hear it's like, okay, yeah, we laid off 14,000 people, and then like 2 weeks later it's like, all right, we wrote the CEO their bonus for $30 million. I'm like, could y'all not kept those people in there? Maybe gave them like 15 million would have cut it. I mean, I'm just like, what? But
That's the
everybody's got this infinite
compensation
growth
committee. They're separate. They
model.
have
Okay, I got you.
a different boss, but that boss goes to lunch with the CEO.
Yeah, it's the infinite growth model that ultimately destroys all currencies, because you think you can just infinitely accrue money,
But you don't
accrue
have to do all
assets.
that if you never go public.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
That's
like,
not
but
what
it's just like, yeah, but they want to go public because that's when they really get the money.
True.
That's when that's
I
hey,
know, but it's such a
if we go
trap
public,
too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Seems like a trap.
yeah, it is,
You
it
think
is. But
you want a million cooks in the kitchen with you telling you what to do? Get the fuck out of here. I don't need that shit.
No.
No.
Yeah, but it's just
I
like
don't.
everybody wants to print out a spreadsheet and look. Oh, look, we grew 5% this year. It's like you didn't grow 5%. You just laid off 25,000 people a week
Yeah.
ago. You ain't grown shit. Like like you ain't made no more money. Like, because they ain't no more money to make. Because niggas is broke. Okay, you done already you done took everything they got. They ain't got nothing left. We got 42 million people on fucking Snap.
Dude, did you see one of
I
them too?
know that.
One of them they're interviewing. I know it's just one person,
Yeah.
but they're interviewing this lady and she's like at a food bank. And they're like, oh my God, did you ever think you'd be at a food bank? And she's like, no. And you're like, dude, are you guys seriously? You're getting Snap and you're judgmental about food banks? Like, come the fuck on. Like, you're too good for the food bank. So
Right.
then she says, what are we supposed to do with all these kids? We didn't ask for all these kids. And I'm like, all right, did she just
I
say
know.
that? I like rewound it. And I'm like, she just fucking said that.
Ho. What do you mean? we didn't ask for all these kids.
Like, what can that mean?
Yeah,
Those
what's
are all
that
the
supposed
kids
to mean?
you had sex, you got pregnant, you pushed them
No,
out of your
but
body, you asked for those kids. Like, there they are. She's like, we didn't
that
ask for all these
person,
kids. Now, you think you
that
literally
is a
asked for
retarded
them.
person.
You're retarded.
That is an actual retarded person.
Like, what the fuck? And she's too good
I
for a
didn't
food bank,
ask for
and
this.
she's 400 pounds. Like, A,
Right.
you're not hungry. B, your kids are gonna get fed by this food bank. You're fine. C, you're not better than that. And D, you literally asked for every child that's there with you, you asshole. What does that mean to those kids? Heard her say that. What are they like? What is happening
They
to their
probably
little
heard her
hearts?
say it before.
Oh
You know what I'm
God.
saying? It ain't the first time they heard that shit.
Good God.
I'm gonna tell you that much right now. Hey, look.
The worst people.
Yeah, that's well, I see a lot of times, and I think this is a human condition. Like we get in a bad spot, and so we figure if we do something else while we're in this bad spot, then we'll get out of it. But usually, what you end up doing is just digging a deeper hole. Like I'll see people that be like, "Man, damn, well, my money's tight," and I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe you need to cut back." It's like, "Yeah, I know." Next day, I heard they bought a dog, they bought a car.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you said money was tight. Yeah, it is. I'm like, nigga, you ain't going the right way. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like
Like, but
when
I
I say that
wanted
you
the
need to
dog.
cut, like when I tell you need to cut, like you cut, like
It's the
from
marshmallow
where you were
experiment.
previously at, not add,
Those
subtract.
those are the people who ate the second marshmallow or ate the marshmallow before the person came back. The marshmallow experiment. It's 100% predictor of success every fucking time. It's crazy. All it takes
100%.
is the ability to restrain yourself for future payoff. That's all it takes. And now you're successful.
Or here goes another situation. Say you were struggling, and then you get another job, and it moves you way up in money. And all of a sudden, like, oh man, I'm out of, I'm in the clear now. Except you go and you up your lifestyle immediately to the point where you're still broke. I'm just thinking, like, we talked
Yeah.
about this with Nicolas Cage. Like,
Are
that's
you
why
saying
this
when I
nigga's
get
out
$1
here
million,
having
I'm still gonna be broke?
you still
Yeah.
act like you
Yes,
broke.
you
Act
need
like you broke
wealth
AF.
consciousness.
Yeah.
Wealth consciousness.
Yeah.
What you
So I
need.
Yeah.
went from making whatever I made teaching, and I make half that now. But I feel richer than I did when I was teaching because I have way more time, way more comfortable. I have all the same stuff. I just reduced all my payments. I like went down in luxury, if you want to call it that, right? But I'm like happier, I'm wealthier. I have more what do they call it? Like liquid money or whatever. Like shit I
Yeah.
can spend than I did when I was a teacher. Because I had like maxed out. I had like the car payment and the house payment and the everything fucking payment. And like now I have no payments. So I'm richer. So you're just
Yeah,
like,
because you feel like,
because I
you
did
feel
that on
like, hey, now that
purpose.
I got it, the problem is people, now that I got it, I need to spend it. So that's why when they're like, oh man, the government, I said, man, I, I don't feel, I feel like they're doing just what everybody else is doing because they're just people too. We act like there's some sort of supercomputer or some deity that's supposed to be way smarter and way more powerful. No, they're a dude and a woman just like you. I mean, that's it.
No different.
And so it's just like, hey, this money's available that we can spend. Technically, it ain't there, but it's okay though because we can pay it back at some imaginary time. It's like, okay, well, shit, well, let's spend it.
I think some
That
people
habit.
don't have a clear concept on the future, too. And definitely a lot of people don't understand money,
Yeah.
like time value of money, interest, I mean,
I just
like
walked
they'll
by a
lose
trailer
that
park.
game.
Yeah, and exactly what you're talking about. Every driveway had like a Mustang or a brand new like Ford pickup. The house is like crumbling. The windows are broken. Like the shit is fucked. But they have the really fucking nice car. So all their
this reminds
resources
me
are
of
going into this car and like they have nothing else.
the other day. I found this video. It was a new video of this immigrant guy who I think we talked about this the other day, Cube. This guy goes to the store and he uses his debit card, and the guy asked him if he wanted cash back. And so he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
cash back. He's like, this is great. Yeah, I buy something and the guy gives me cash back.
Oh,
So he kept getting cash back because he thought, oh, this is America's great. I go and I buy something and then they give me cash back.
money.
And then he went and he checked his bank account and he's like, that's my money. That
Yeah.
cash back was my money.
I didn't know.
It's
Oh my
like,
God.
damn. He said, "Well, I thought I was getting rich out here." And I was like, "Shit, I'm going to buy some more stuff." I said, "Dog,
Yeah.
God Almighty, man. Hey, look, that is the issue.
I'll give him a
So I
pass
said,
on that.
Yeah.
Cultural,
you give him a pass.
you know, maybe just thought like I hear all these crazy stories about America. I just thought maybe they just give you money, you know.
That is
Fuck,
fair.
I mean,
And they technically
do.
kind of do. They kind of technically do,
Yeah.
depending on the time and the situation.
That's
You know,
crazy. You
but-
gave that guy all that free shit for nothing.
It is kind
yeah.
of true.
I mean,
You did for
My
30
credit card, I never
million.
ever pay a drop in interest or anything over, like no fees, nothing. So I pay nothing. I'm just spending what I would already spend, and they give me like $150 in cash every month. Like, okay, thanks. I didn't spend shit. I didn't pay you any extra. I've never paid you a dime over the years I've had this card.
hey,
They just
hey,
give me cash all the time.
don't
Cory,
worry, because there's a million other people who's been
They're going
paying
the
on
other
it for
way.
fucking 50 years.
Yeah, it's true.
Cory, there's a Coinbase Amex pays you back up to 4% in Bitcoin.
So these guys, Coinbase is a bunch of fucking scammers. So Coinbase has
Yeah, I
had
know.
forever a fucking Coinbase debit card. And I fucking apply. I put in I clicked the button to get mine like a fucking year ago, and it said you're gonna have it in 7 to 10 days, and I can go in and I can look and see what my number is and stuff. Never got the fucking card. Couple months later, I go back in. I click the fucking button. I never got my card. Send me my shit. Hey, here's your new number. Here's your new card. It'll be there in 7 to 10 days. Like a couple months later, I still don't have my fucking card. I did it a third time. And guess what? Do I have a fucking card? No. Fuck those assholes. How the fuck? What kind of company you running? You can't even send me the goddamn debit card that your company's offering me. Fuck off.
Weird.
Hey, is
Jesus
that
Christ.
the one where you would you spend when you spend money on the cards, you get like 2% back in Bitcoin?
Something like that's the new one.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I've
for
seen that.
the Amex you do.
Hmm.
The Amex.
Oh,
Coinbase,
okay.
you
I
get
seen
paid in
something
Bitcoin.
about that. The Bitcoin.
I think
Let's
Gemini's
see.
got one.
Weird.
Chris Hill has some up here. Cory, you might be able to elaborate on this.
I thought they always put it
And I'll
back
read
in.
it for the podcast. For the podcast people, I've heard someone else talk
Implications.
about the negative implications for the money essentially being taken out of the supply chain. Anyone have thoughts on this? Further inflation.
Sort of. I mean, when I was in Hong Kong, I was talking to these guys who were like partners at like a consulting firm there, and they were talking about the ships. This was when Trump's tariffs were all like out of whack. This was April. And I said, what are you guys doing? Like, what's the plan for this, for dealing with them? And they said, well, we can do it a couple ways. We can send it to Vietnam and then reroute it, or we can send it to, I forget what it was. I want to say Malaysia, someplace, offload it into something else and then send it on. But he's like, there's gonna be like a lag time, but he said that you guys should feel some impacts from it. That was April. So I don't know when we're gonna get hit with it, but he said they both said to expect some sort of supply chain weirdness. Now, as soon as I got back, it all kind of got itself worked out. So it wasn't like it went on and on and on and on. So it's possible that like the disruption won't be like a tsunami. It'll be just kind of like a small little wave. But
Well, Trump just cut a deal, didn't he? With
what's
China?
that?
I think for 1 year with China. I think I seen
Yeah.
something about that.
Yeah. And then he said, peace between us forever. Forever.
Hold on, let me see if I can see this.
I don't know if
And
he
then he
got to
tried
like
to nuke them. And then
hold hands
he
with Kim Jong-un again, because that's my favorite thing that he does.
Uh,
makes
Let's
Lindsey Graham
see.
insane. So it is nice to watch him.
It's just cute.
Do
It's
that.
adorable to watch two psychopaths like hold hands and laugh together.
It's
Okay,
great.
so it says the White House on Saturday released details about the agreement that U.S. President Donald Trump reached this week with Chinese President Xi Jinping to de-escalate the country's trade war, including U.S. tariff reductions and a pause in Beijing's new restrictions on rare earth minerals and magnets. The deal, which also includes resumption of Chinese purchases of American soybeans, averts Trump threatened 100% tariff on Chinese goods and extends a delicate trade truce between the world's two largest economies for about a year. So we got tariff reduction. U.S. will have the 20% tariff on Chinese goods, so it's going to come back down to 10%. And let's see. That looks like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Word.
So, a negotiating tactic, I guess.
So like they make all the
Yeah.
fucking chips. China makes all the chips. They got all the
Oh, they-
cobalt and the shit. Like
They got
what
all the
fucking-
rare earths. They
It's
got
all
all the
theater. We will do what they
Yeah.
tell us because we have no choice because the whole world's economy will fucking fall into the ocean if we don't kiss their ass. Like that's the bottom line. So Trump and all his flexing is a bunch of nonsense.
Which why the fuck did we ever get ourselves into this position in the first place? Like, did we not see China coming? Like, how? How did you miss this
No, they
giant
didn't.
problem?
They didn't because they thought that China would always be like just a manufacturer. They would make they could never do anything original, right? That was their thing. They could they can make the shit we want, but that's all they'll ever be able to do is just make the shit we want. They never anticipated that China would. I mean, unfortunately, it took something like a Xi Jinping to come in and put his fucking iron boot on everyone's fucking neck to get the country in order. But they pulled like a fucking 100 million people out of poverty or some shit like that, allegedly. Now you got to
By
fucking
killing them.
yeah, and you got to have a fucking social credit score and all that shit. But it's the trade off.
It's a trade-off. Kill some people to have a better country.
Well, so the offshoring was just strictly about numbers on a spreadsheet, as we said
Yeah.
earlier. That was it. That's
Like
all shit,
global
man. This is
power.
great, man. This is grand. They ain't shit over there no way. So hell, let them make the shit for us. Get it cheap. Then all of a sudden, folks looked up one day and they're like, "Oh, hold on a second. Oh, damn, we gave them everything."
Like China owns us.
Like if you were to
Shit.
buy a T-shirt, there's a plain T-shirt that was manufactured in America. That bitch would be like $25
Oh, I did it. I was buying
For like a
only
Hanes-
American for a minute.
for like a
and
Hanes
like,
undershirt.
yeah, like a tank top was like $30. I was like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Because you got to pay Americans $20 an hour at least to go work in that factory.
And like I
Whereas you
want
paying the
to.
Chinese like too.
I want to
Right.
do that. And I also there's not enough like style and choice and color and like so I can't actually. I could, but I'd look like a fucking retard all the time.
He'd
Yeah,
look
and
Amish.
it's also a little difficult, because I mean now I got to go around and I got to look at the tag on the inside of it, and I know what the tag's gonna say. It's gonna
As
say
long as it don't say made in
Cambodia,
Israel.
Cambodia.
Taiwan. It's gonna say one of those. Yeah, Malaysia, that's a good one. So it's not gonna say America. More than likely, whenever I purchase it, it's gonna be like it's not gonna be American, but that's okay. Some of the stuff they do the finishing touches here. They do the finishing touches. It's kind of like the Gucci bags and stuff. They make the Gucci bags and then they send it somewhere
Yeah.
in
Made in
Italy or
America.
whatever, and then they do the finish. Oh yeah, it's made in Italy. It's oh man, it's Italy. It's like man, they put like 2 stitches on that thing.
Yeah.
It's like oh,
Put a sticker on it.
but what really made there?
That was like when
And,
David
that
Hogg
is-
In
was gonna make pillows
Italy,
and shit.
Ohio.
Yeah,
He was like, I can't find how do we find an American factory to whatever? How do we hire people? And like how do we like you idiot? I mean, do it. Great, David Hogg. Make some American made pillows. They're gonna be like $300 a pillow. And that's cool. If that's what people want, you can sell it, do it. It's just
I mean,
like
is it one of them cooling? Is it one of those cooling pillows?
process of
Like it's always
discovery.
cold.
Cry yourself to sleep pillow
Yeah.
from David
Oh
Hogg.
shit! They're making those now.
Or fuck it. Cry on it or fuck it. One or the
Yeah.
other.
Oh,
Or maybe
damn.
both,
Oh, okay. We got dual
depending on
purpose
the
here.
night.
Hey,
Oh,
we like dual purpose.
David Hogg, we're talking about. You know, he's the king of being in two places at one time.
So was he at that school or not?
no. And he was at like 8
No.
different false flags in his life. Like, come the fuck on.
The guy is he's a lifetime actor from a family of intelligence assets.
It'd be like the woman who was supposedly at a shooting at a school somewhere else, and then all of a sudden she went on vacation and she showed up to do an interview at the shooting in Tennessee. I was like, hold on a second, how the hell did you end up here? Oh, I was just visiting my grandma here, and I heard about this shooting, so I needed to come say something. I'm like, why are you here? I mean, it's like,
Oh,
you
there's
just
so
happened to
many.
show up, right?
Win.
Yeah.
She took me.
Like the most unlucky people in the world. You're at like 5 different disasters. Like every few years, you pop up at another one. This is crazy.
Well, the likelihood of you being at one disaster is actually very low,
Very low.
unless you live on the fucking islands out there in damn the Atlantic Ocean. Then hell, fucking every year there's a disaster. It's called a
That's
hurricane. So I mean, unless you're out there,
How-
but like,
Is Jamaica leveled right now? I didn't even look.
yeah, I think they're through.
Oh,
Somebody
dude,
said don't go,
don't go.
which I won't gonna go no way.
Oh,
I
I
wasn't
could have
either.
told you that before the hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Jamaica. That's
Come on,
sad.
man, Jamaica,
Jamaica
man.
sucks.
Isn't that Bob Marley?
I have
Ain't
not heard good
Bob
things
Marley
about
Jamaican?
Jamaica.
So I heard they
Smoke
got
some
hit with a
weed.
fucking
Their weed
DARPA
would be
hurricane
horrible.
in order to get them in a smart city. Is that true?
Everybody says that every time there's any disaster anywhere.
I
But
know.
I'll
A
tell you
smart
this.
city.
I'll tell you this.
Go
It could be
ahead.
true, but there's nowhere left that wasn't planned to become a smart something. So like now the pattern kind of falls apart. Like where
the
could
smart
you have
shit
a
ain't
disaster
happening.
where you couldn't find this? You know?
So I don't think these smart cities are ever going to happen here in America, but we do get these stupid flock cameras, which are starting to fucking really piss me off.
What are they?
The flock cameras, the fucking these fucking things. They'll scan your license plate. Once they got you in the system, they build a profile on your vehicle with stickers, dents. So if you take the plate off, they can still track you.
Wow. And so what is the point? I mean, I get
To
data
track you.
collection, but like, are they going to send you tickets or something? Or like, what's the deal?
No,
Oh,
no.
They're
It's
just
just to
following
build
you.
profiles on you.
they can do it with your body too. You know, I was going to wear like a hat with the LED on the end so they can't scan your face and shit. And then I learned they could trace your gait. Like just the way you walk, they can identify you. So I was like, well,
Diddle them.
fuck, what are you going to do? Like become
Everybody
a
them.
sand
I saw
fucking
that.
jumper or whatever those people are in Dune.
I walk with a pronounced pimp limp
Yeah.
whenever I go out
Boogie
in
woogie
public.
everywhere.
You got to do the Ministry
do.
of Silly Walks now. That's how you get through the fucking Antichrist system.
Yeah.
Well, ICP
is that
now
right?
defeats
My
facial
face
recognition.
painted.
Oh yeah, the face paint.
Well,
and you just gotta, like,
according to
move
some
weird.
people, the tribulation and shit already happened. The 1,000-year reign and all that. So that's
Oh, we're
already
done?
over.
Oh,
Oh, I
good.
missed.
1,000-year
Did I
reign of
sleep
what?
through it?
Yeah.
What was I doing?
No,
were
that's
busy.
what that's what a lot of people say. That they already came back and Jesus already had the 1,000-year reign on earth and all that other shit way
So
back
can
in
we
the day.
go?
It's because the
Or do we
revelation
have
was
to
about
stay?
the temple
You have to
falling,
stay.
and they did and all that. So I'm not
'Cause
sure. I
let's
mean,
wrap it
that's
up. You know,
yeah. Because
if
what were they talking
you
about,
know
like the
what's
Targaryen
for the-
Empire and all that?
his thing. What is he?
Yeah.
He comes. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, really, but like, what is it? He comes back again.
Well,
and
I don't know.
does some-
well,
what-
okay. So
gets revenge.
allegedly,
What is it?
Spoiler
well,
alert, he
no
ain't coming.
revenge. No revenge. Technically, like the dead in Christ rise, and all of a sudden you look around and Johnny ain't there no more because he got pulled up into the sky.
I'll grab
And,
on and go with.
Do you get turned into a
Yeah.
pillar of
Oh,
salt?
the rapture stuff.
No,
No,
then, like, the dead-
no,
good that you get pulled up
Sodom
in
and
the
Gomorrah.
sky, or bad that you get pulled up in the sky?
No, it's good.
Yeah, you're a
Do you
believer if you
have
go.
to have a special haircut
You have to have blue
No.
dye
long
and a
hair with a ponytail to get
half your
pulled up
head
into the
shaved.
sky. Because wasn't that what they all had in the Heaven's Gate cult? Or maybe it was
Oh, yeah.
all
Oh,
the
that might have been the case.
fucking
Yeah.
some of the other ones. But one of
Was
them
that the
they
one
all
where you got a higher
because
IQ and you had
God
sex?
no, it's Hare Krishnas.
Yeah,
Because
some
God has to
aliens.
pick you up by the hair.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Oh, was that one?
I'm not
I
kidding.
missed
I
that
mean,
one.
I'm actually.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Oh,
funny,
okay.
but I'm not actually trying to be
I don't
funny.
doubt it.
I think that's what their thing was like. It's like, hey man, what's with the hair? Well, God's gonna pick us up by the hair when He raptures and kills all
That's
you. It's like,
adorable.
Yeah, why don't you see them at airports anymore?
I don't know. I miss them. They made them so famous in Airplane that maybe they just can't go back to the airports anymore.
I don't even know who they are.
And
Do they
you don't
even
know who Hare
exist
Krishnas
anymore?
are?
The Moonies.
I don't know. I should
They're
look into
like,
the Hare Krishnas.
yeah, they're like Buddhist. They look like white Buddhists.
White Buddhists with weird haircuts.
Obnoxious white Buddhists who are asking you for money and want you to join. And it's like multi-level marketing for obnoxious white Buddhists.
Yeah, so it's the little season theory is so I guess technically we would be like I guess technically they're saying that the devil is already the ruler of the earth now, officially. I think that's
I
how
thought
the
he
little
was
season
all
theory
along.
goes, doesn't it, Chris? No, technically not. So technically the way this goes, like okay, so the devil can't do anything that God doesn't allow. So like when the serpent went into the Garden of Eden, like God allowed the serpent to go into the Garden of Eden to tempt Eve, like God's all powerful and all knowing.
This sounds like
So
poppycock.
like he allowed it. So it's just like, hold on a second. It's like it's like self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like when somebody writes a book about what's going to happen, and then they pull the strings to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it didn't happen because of a prophecy. It happened because you intentionally did it. It's kind of like Dune, the Bene Gesserit. Like
Like,
they
you got
eventually,
me.
like they went through thousands of years of genetic shit to build up
To
this
make it happen.
fake person that was supposed to be their messiah of that, but they like created it. Like it's no prophecy. Like we intentionally did this
Yeah.
to take over y'all. So it's just like, yeah,
I
that's
would
it.
feel way more. I would feel way differently about all these stories and all of the stuff if it wasn't also coming with like ... So give us money every Sunday. You know what I mean? Like if it's just a story, but it's like a sales pitch. It's like constant pressure. It's a never-ending soap opera. It just goes on every Sunday forever, where you never get to the end of the story and you never get it resolved and there's no finish line and you're just on a perpetual treadmill of trying to find God. And it just feels like trust the plan and, Q for religious people. Like stay corralled in a position of doing nothing or hoping, which is wishful thinking, keeping you in a
Okay.
perpetual state of like, like I think some people probably get like inspired and then go out and do a bunch of shit on their own, which is great, which is I think what they should do. But I think maybe too many people feel like motivated just to come back the next week to get motivated, just to come back the next week to get motivated, but never actually change or never actually do anything. If it was really about like, let's all be better. Let's all empower ourselves. Let's all like, I'd be in favor of that. But it feels like part of the business model is it's kind of like big pharma, keeping people perpetually sick, spiritually perpetually sick, so that they have to constantly come back and get a prescription filled, like forever.
This is why
at 10%
I have like the
a
worst
year.
business model ever because my whole goal is to make any of the people who work with me like never have to work with me again and then be like their
Yeah,
own like just like beautiful example of like
it's
really
a
good
beautiful
living and a really
business
good life,
model.
and then they're gonna like affect other people and make them better and better, and so I'm like actively working against myself by empowering them to
Oh
like be out
no.
on their own, but I only get fulfillment from that, so it's cool with me. But I also think about, I mean, what, 50% of people at least have no fucking clue what any of us just said. And like the thing that works for them is being told, like, hey man, just go to that building every Sunday and then like, sing and like feel good and have some people who might help you when you get fucked up. And like that's what's gonna like actually work. So I have no problem with church and shit. And I'm not even saying if you go to church,
Neither
you're
do I.
stupid, but I'm saying like there's definitely a place for that type of thing that maybe it even like has to be that way, needs to be that way because not everyone even knows what the fuck we're talking about.
Right.
Joe Rogan described it as emotional scaffolding. I put that in the Octopus book. This speech that he was talking about that, how it was like structure for good people who want to do good and do the right thing. And it's like, how do I do the right thing? And it's like, well, follow these rules and do
Yeah.
this. It's like it simplifies it and it gives you sort of a boiled down instruction manual or rule 10 commandments, rules, 10 rules, whatever. Very simple, like to do that. And I think that like religion or not necessarily religion, but like the idea of everybody going to a community place, I think that's probably really important and
And having like a person
super
who's
positive.
a guide perhaps too, because this is the other thing I see when people are like, oh, we don't need any fucking leaders or guides, and then like you watch them try to do something and like they can't, because you actually can't have a group
They
of
kind
people
of do.
moving in a direction together without someone who can say yes to this and no to that and like pull back on this and like head that way. And I watched it with podcasts. People would be like, we don't need a host, we'll all just get together and talk, and then like the shit just like devolves and like we even have to have like someone who we've designated as like the person so we can like, technically get shit done, or like, like you have to have somebody like that. But that person also like doesn't have to have a lot of power. They just have to be like the person who we've
Huh.
decided that like makes the decisions or like, it guides things to some extent. But I feel like people have been inculcated with this belief that that's like inherently bad. It's bad to have a leader. It's bad to have someone who actually makes the decisions. It's like people's criticism of CEOs. They're like, oh, CEOs, we don't need them. We don't need the rich and we don't need CEOs and we don't need the people in the top. And like, you actually do. They don't have to make 75 billion times more than you. And they don't have to have like the
Right.
power of life and death over you or like whatever. But you do actually need someone in these roles. And we have it sort of backwards, like we went too far in one direction. So like you need the community place, and you also maybe need like the community leader or guide. And nobody likes that.
Uh,
Nobody wants that. Like somebody wants to be it, and
Right.
that's the wrong person to be it, and then like nobody wants it to even happen at all, but actually they need it.
Yeah. Well, people say that they don't want it, but then I see them go and try to do some shit, and I'm like, you definitely need somebody leading your ass. I'm saying
yeah.
like dog, you through,
Yeah.
No kings.
let's get
Give me my
yeah
welfare.
Yeah,
exactly at the
right.
Okay.
same time.
Oh, this
Back
was my
back to that
favorite.
little.
They
Uh-huh.
were like,
Yeah, back
what,
to. Oh, you
look
go
at
ahead.
capitalism fucking what not feeding everyone. Look at capitalism failing to feed everyone. We need communism. And I'm like, yeah. So you just saw a government fail to feed people, but what you
Yeah, they
want is a
shut down.
government honestly feeding everyone. Okie dokie. And
Oh
they're like, there's no
god
government in
damn.
communism. And I'm like, you what? Like you don't even know your own shit that you're spouting. Like you don't even know what you're
Yeah.
talking about, dude. It's cool if you want communism, but like don't fucking pretend there's no government in communism, you idiot.
Was
Holy
it
shit.
Mark Twain who said don't argue with stupid people that they'll drag you down to their level and beat you
Why
with
can't I learn
experience?
that? Like, why can't I
Hit you with
stop trying to argue with
experience.
stupid people?
Sometimes you get caught up. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't mean
All the
to,
time.
and then all of a sudden, 30 minutes later, you're like, "How'd I get here?" It just it just tends to happen. All right, it tends to happen. But we got some people who put the little season theory up. We got Chris. in the chat. It said the theory goes he came back when the apostles were alive as he promised. Revelation talks about the time of the great deception where the Antichrist will come to power and will be allowed to reign for a period of time. And then we got Soul Explorer who said, according to the little season, it was bad to get pulled up in the sky. And allegedly that already happened in 70 AD when the temple fell. So I guess it was bad. I didn't realize that. I thought
Huh.
it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Pulled up into the sky. Is this code for abducted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a craft come and take them somewhere? Are they slaves
I
on
don't
some
get
other planet
probed,
now?
you know.
Yeah, the what's it? We got Ranger. He said there are different churches and even different groups within the church. Those that don't want to do anything until Jesus returns are weak of mind and will, and they don't actually believe in anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Trust the plan.
I do hear a lot. You know, it's just like, oh well, it was God's plan. It's like, man, is that? Look, like I said, whether you
That's
believe or not is
what
neither here nor there. But it's just like
fucking
it seems like weak.
that is
Like
that
I
is a
don't think
very
I don't think
passive thing.
I don't think it was in his plan for that that 6-year-old girl to get raped. Maybe
Yeah.
that was in the plan. Like it don't even make any sense.
You
Like
can't
oh,
both
it's
say
just
humans
it's in the
have free
plan.
will and then everything was planned by God.
Yeah, I mean it's just like I mean like it's like it doesn't correlate. So it's just like I don't know. It's kind. I was thinking back to my uncle years ago. And my dad was so pissed at him, but that all three brothers worked at the same company, and my uncle quit because he had a vision that God would provide for him. Quit his job with no
Uh-oh.
plan for another job.
And did
I
God
wouldn't do
provide for
that.
It
him?
didn't work out.
No, it didn't work out.
It did not
I
work
was
out.
just I was just
I
writing
just like
about this where I was like, people have these profound spiritual experiences, and I've had many, and like they're crazy. And then trying to come back and like live in real life, it can be like a little bit awkward or weird, or like you have to like finagle some things. And some people can do that, and I've apparently been able to do that. And then other people do that. And they're like, oh, I don't need to try anything anymore. God's got me, and just like leap off a cliff. And like, well, then you find out you can't fly. You can't
yes,
actually live like that.
like that's not smart.
No.
I mean,
Still a
yeah, but
human
I mean
on
that's
Earth.
that's the way it is. I mean you hear it all the time. It's all he will provide. Who that's like. I think you got to do something though. Like
Yeah.
I don't think you're just gonna wake up and there's just gonna be a basket of money and
You,
a basket of
There
food at
might
your
be.
doorstep every morning.
It could
I
happen,
mean,
but don't wait for it.
maybe. I mean,
but you got
if
to
this was
put yourself in a
2020, that was the
position
case.
to
Yeah.
get lucky. You know what I mean? You can't if you just are
Right.
sitting on the couch thinking today's going to be the day I win the lottery. That's some real passive thinking. And, probably not going to be your lucky day.
I actually feel like it's like an insult when people tell me I'm lucky. I'm like, motherfucker, I worked for every single bit of what is good in my life. Like, there's nothing lucky about. I mean, I feel lucky in the sense that like that's cool that I was able to do all that. Good for me, right? But like, no luck about this shit. This was all hard work, planning, and tenacity. So praise me for that, not my luck.
Yeah, Chris said the Bible never states everything is part of the plan. That's man-made BS, and I'm with you on that. And like that's the number one issue is that like man created Christianity. If you want me to be honest, like Jesus didn't come here and talk about Christianity, like Christ. Like that's something that we made after the fact. So it's I mean. It's just kind of is what it is within
We
that.
made
But I mean, that's
all
what
this.
you hear all the time, And I grew up in the church, and so I've heard many people say, things like this that God did it. I mean, he has a will. He made a way. And I'm just like, But what did you do? Did you do something that triggered it though? That's what I want to know. I mean, I mean, can you tell me what all you did? Because the way you make it seem like you were just chilling, and all of a sudden, boom, this just happened, and it's like all good. Or did you have some actions that caused this to happen? That's the correlation. But I mean, you got to have that. We're always. I think humanity is always searching for hope, because I think the worst idea for people is that once you die, that's it. Like you won't hope that there's something else afterwards.
I'm like, here, science. Here's this science. If you can trust science, you can trust this. Science says nothing is created or destroyed. Everything exists eternally. The end. There you go. Something exists.
There we go.
That's
There we go.
God in
I
a
mean,
nutshell.
that's it. That's it.
It's all
And I
people though. It's
mean,
like if you're not acting and you're not choosing, then like shit is going awry. I was on the plane down to Florida and the plane just all of a sudden started nosediving towards Earth. Has never happened to me on a plane. I've been in crazy fucking turbulence.
Did the oxygen things fall?
No, I don't know why not though, because we were like nose down for like 40 fucking seconds or more. And it feels like 20 minutes or whatever when it's happening. You're like, is this ever gonna end?
Was people screaming?
People are screaming. A guy goes, "What the fuck?" And I was like, that's the reaction. What the fuck? He's angry about death. But yeah, it was terrifying. I was like, we're dead. I don't know what's happening or why it's happening, but planes don't nose first into the ground for this long without we're gonna die. It's just a long time getting to the earth, I guess. And then eventually it came up out of it and we were flat again. No one said shit. Pilot didn't say shit. There's fucking air attendant people where nobody said a peep. And we were just like, okay, I guess we're not going to die now. The screaming's past, the crying's past, the praying's done. We're all good. We land, we're getting off, and Johnny just happens to hear the pilot very quietly and in tones of just he's been terrified out of his fucking mind. And he's like, I'm so sorry to the flight attendants. And he said something about evasive action and he said something about hammerhead. And we were like, I was like, what is hammerhead? So something happened, right? And we looked it up, and hammerhead is apparently when you have to take evasive action so another plane that's doing some crazy shit doesn't hit you. We were about to have a mid-air collision with another craft of some kind, and he had to nosedive for fucking ever to get away from this potential death, fiery crash, and we all were gonna die.
Or you all did die, and this is your purgatory from here on out. I got half a dozen moments in my life that this could just be the purgatory from when I died.
My sister said that before too. She was choking, and we barely saved her, and she was like, "Am I dead?" I'm like, "No, you're still alive." She's like, "Are you sure?" Yeah.
Maybe it's those moments that the universe fractures into the two universes.
It's true. So there's somewhere where I died in a fiery fucking plane collision. You guys are hearing about it on TV. But the thing that struck me is I was like, oh, that whole time I was pissed. I was like, the plane's malfunctioning, or this pilot's fucked up, or it's just a kamikaze taking us all out, or some fucking bullshit. And this motherfucker or this whoever fucked up the plane, whatever. And actually, in the end, I realized he saw something coming, took evasive action, and saved all of our fucking lives. That's free will. That's his human choice. He paid attention. He didn't just wait for some alert to tell him or whatever. He knew how to do evasive action. God didn't do that. This guy did.
I would say that you just gave the argument for no free will.
Why?
Because every single thing that happened was a result of his past education. Every moment that led a string of dots to that moment is what led to that moment.
That's fair.
So therefore he had no choice in anything.
He had to take the debate.
Yeah, so the same exact events can be interpreted both ways, which I think is very interesting. This is the ultimate debate. True. And honestly, it doesn't seem like there is free will. It seems like everything is a series of dominoes that fell from 1 billion years ago.
Yeah. Well, I've sort of
where could the dominoes have ever taken a right turn? I don't know. I don't even know if it's possible.
We at least have the illusion of free will. It feels pretty free.
It feels pretty free.
Yeah.
Until you realize you're a slave to yourself.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Okay.
reminds me of that question of like, does anyone ever do anything that's actually just good to be good or whatever? Because like when I do good things, I feel really good. So I'm like
Right,
getting
right.
dopamine and all this shit. So
Right.
I'm actually getting a lot out of this. And I'm not gonna lie, I do it because I like it. I don't
Some people get
necessarily
that.
do it for you.
Some
I
people get that
kind of
exact
do it
same
for me.
feeling when they rip people off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, they're
They said
wiring
they
it that way.
they feel good on that. It's like, boy, I got that ass.
It's true though. It's true.
They said I got him. Hey,
Hey
well,
man.
look, maybe, you know, we're in another parallel universe now that didn't the three-eye atlas, didn't that pass us? The aliens,
Oh yeah,
the
it's
aliens
past
what
now, right?
passed us, didn't they?
Is it passed? Oh, that's no
And they
fun.
went to the sun.
Yeah, they don't fucking care about us.
Yeah, it said 3 hours ago, gigantic interstellar three-eye atlas comet accelerates and turns blue near the sun, scientists say. So I
3
mean,
hours
this
ago
was
as of
supposed
right
to
now.
be, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. People saying it's still full of surprises, possible alien spacecraft.
Well, here's the thing. This
right
is
by
the
us. We're in a
this is
flyover
the
world.
this is what's making it like the most crazy thing is because it's not gravity isn't acting on it the way it should. That's the weird thing because it's allegedly made of mostly nickel, but things that are made of mostly nickel are very dense and heavy, and they're very easily acted upon by gravitational forces. But this isn't. It's so what they're thinking is that it's very light. It's made of nickel, but it's very light. How can nickel be very light if it's hollow? And how could it be hollow if it's natural? That's the chain of thought that they're on. And so, right,
Spacecraft.
right.
Fake. Look, space is space real?
Something.
Well, I have the rule of thumb. When it comes to Israeli narrative managers like Avi Loeb, I don't trust
Oh my
anything
God.
they say about anything, period. End of story.
Is that who's in charge of the narrative about this?
He's being
Yeah.
pushed like he is.
Oh, well, fuck. Yeah.
Nobody named Avi or Loeb should ever be trusted with anything.
Not with narratives. Maybe
No
your
I-
Bergs or
taxes.
Steins or Phelps.
I
Maybe
knew there's a
your
reason
brain
I never
surgery.
cared about 31 Atlas or whatever.
Hey, well, look, even the economic times are asking, should we prepare for an alien invasion? All right. After
Like
they
how?
seen this.
How are you gonna
You
prepare for an alien invasion? What the fuck does that even
Well-
mean? Like, just live your goddamn life, dude.
I would start by giving up all of your rights to the government.
Yeah, that's
First.
what you prepare for.
That's a good start.
Immediately do that.
Make your children as dumb as possible and as desiring of someone to tell
Get a
them what to do
vaccine.
as possible. Yeah, give
I
them
said, get a
AIDS.
jab.
Oh,
Get you a
they're not
jab.
vaccines. They're not vaccines anymore. Now they're called biologics. So now we can
Oh.
inject anyone with them at any time because they're not vaccines. So
Okay.
Could we do a, you know how they do like, oh, I don't know, the Superman movie and Taco Bell? Can we do Three Eye Atlas and some sort of cross promotion with where was I going with it?
NASA, Nike, Coca-Cola,
Kentucky Fried
Bitcoin.
Chicken.
Bitcoin.
Man, so go
Hey.
rapid fire that.
There's no 3-Eye Atlas coin yet.
Ooh.
Oh shit. Now's the time to make the scam. What I got to do this coin thing? Hey, look. I mean, I told you that my biggest regret. You know, I was like, man, I ain't got no regrets. And I was like, hold on, I do have a big regret that I didn't have a foolproof scam in 2020 because it was open and available.
Yeah.
Like the foolproof scam was open and available. Like I should have invested in like a shop that made masks. Like, bud, we all be millionaires right now. How about be damn near billionaires with all the masks they bought?
That's true.
I was like, man, that'd have been perfect.
Dude, there's places that are still handing out masks and like have like
That's
the
what I know.
disinfectant shit for your hands. Like,
You know, I was down in Denver the other day and I went into like a 7-Eleven and on the door it had a sign that said, please take off your mask before entering the store.
ha! The opposite. We've come full
Yeah.
circle. Wait.
Yeah, that's at the banks. they're like, no hoods, no sweatshirts, no sunglasses, no masks. It's like, bitch, you wouldn't let me in without a mask before. Remember that? I'm going to come in with my sunglasses on and a hood pulled up.
I still like the
Make
joke
you
was on
think
them
that
because
I'm
I used
arriving.
fake masks the whole time. Ha
Ah. I still have the card that I printed for myself that looks so beautifully official. It has the CDC logo on it. It's got like the Colorado Health First, and it's got all these things. And it says this person is exempt from wearing a mask or a face shield at any point due to severe medical needs. And then some random doctor's signature. And the back has all this like fine print about whatever. Fucking nobody ever even looked at it. It's so beautiful though. I'm keeping it forever. Exempt. You can't make me. I have this
Yeah, the
card.
scam.
Because you know those brains that are doing this will be like, oh, the card. Oh, she has an exemption. Oh, the CDC approved her card. She doesn't.
That was the
Yeah.
single most authoritarian shit that ever happened in this country ever.
That's why my claim to authority would work.
Yeah, that's not even close either. Like that's like the stamp of approval as far as authoritarianism. And the
Well, they did
fact
some
that,
shit back in like the 20s or something when the Spanish flu was around. They made you wear masks, and everyone got sick fuck back then from the masks.
yeah,
Fucking retards. Maybe that's the trick. You just got to wait 100 years and then do the same shit again.
It is.
Yeah,
It's like they do
that's
it. I was waiting for the Dust Bowl, but we don't have it apparently. Right?
Isn't
It
that where
would've
the
been
Yeah,
Irish
well,
had
urgent.
to eat potatoes?
well, I was sitting there, like I tell folks, I said, man, you know the Spanish flu, like they couldn't actually transmit that shit to somebody else. Like that's back in the day when they were like, yeah, we're gonna actively fucking damn experiment on people, and
Yeah.
they couldn't actively do it. Like they had another ninja that was sick come up and just piercing spit in somebody else's nostrils, and they couldn't get it to do it. I mean, it's just like,
But
so,
when
but
you
we
look at
can't
how
get it to happen.
when
Yeah.
you look at how they came up with the original vaccines, like it's like some Frankenstein shit.
So gross.
Like they were literally like pulling like pus. I forget what they were doing with the which disease, but they were sucking pus out of people's blisters and injecting it right into other people.
Yeah, yeah. There you
Nowadays they admit that the shit doesn't work at all unless they put that fucking potassium phosphate shit in there or whatever that stuff is. There's a chemical that they put in it that causes your body to freak out, and then it takes up the vaccine allegedly. So it's like, oh, so you just admitted that all vaccines prior to this always never worked. They just basically admitted that without admitting it.
Like, yeah, we wanted to
Well,
experiment on you some more.
Depends
Here,
on-
take this
depends on what
biologic.
you mean by work?
My vet wants me to bring my dog in for vaccines in like a couple weeks, and I don't want to have the conversation. You know, I don't want to be like, oh my god, politics.
No.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Just keep saying
I'm
nah.
anti-vax
nah.
down to my pets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not.
Well, it's for the benefit and well-being. Okay, so I wouldn't do
No.
anything if it didn't benefit.
It's not
Do
the
I look like that
money.
type of person? It is the money, but look, we're not gonna say anything about that, okay? I mean, it is the money. It's like when people say, "Oh, I don't do this for the money." Well, stop charging people. There you go. If you
Yeah.
don't do it for the money, stop charging people.
Free. Prove it. I just started. My doctor's like, are you going to want any vaccines? I said, no. And she said, why? And I said, I don't take them. She said, why? And I said, I don't take them. She said, is there a reason? I said, I don't take them. And then she stopped asking. I'm like, good, we're done now. We never have to talk about this again.
Yeah, it's
keep
just I
repeating
don't
a
take
simple
them.
thing. Yeah, I don't.
It's like what me and Cory were talking about. It's like it's like I'm not evading taxes. I'm just not paying them.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not a vaccine denier. I just don't take them. I mean,
Why?
I'm not going to
Why?
deny
I
you
don't.
people their vaxes. Take your vax. I'm just not taking them. I'm not denying anything.
I like that idea
But
though. Just your vet says, here's the vaccines for your dogs, and you say, nah. And then they go, why? And you say, nah. And I said, what are you gonna do? Nah. Just don't even say
No.
anything. Just make a sound at them. They'll just
It's like,
stop and
nah.
go away.
No, we're good.
Just
I
grunt
appreciate it,
at
though.
'em.
I appreciate it. That's what you
You
say.
have to fuck
I
with them
do.
a
I do
little.
appreciate you. Hey, well, look. Maybe because Chris said that the that the 3-eye atlas is going to be on its way back. Just went behind the sun. It's going to reemerge in 2 or 3 weeks. So maybe when it comes back around this time, after it gathered what it needed from the sun, maybe it'll stop here on Earth.
It'll come. Aliens will come have Thanksgiving with us. It'll be
Yeah,
just like the
that's
Pilgrims and the Indians.
Yeah, they probably want to see Thanksgiving football.
Yeah.
But check out this football y'all talk about. It's happening all day. So let me check it out.
Dude, they want to try jellied, like, canned cranberry sauce. They're like, we heard
Oh,
That's
it's
the
okay,
best
okay.
shit ever. I love it.
It's pretty good.
I eat it all year round.
Put it on
I
sandwiches.
mean, you supposed to save it for the season, though. 'Tis
So-
the season.
Motherfucking Firehouse Subs got that turkey sub, the Thanksgiving turkey sub back with the stuffing and the
Oh, with
cranberry
the
sauce on it.
stuffing and all that.
That does
I
sound
mean, what you
good.
think?
It's good. I got one delivered. It was worth it.
It's worth it. I make like the
Oh, okay.
really crunchy, like highbrow cranberry sauce where I like get real cranberries and I like orange zest into it and shit. Like
That's
It's
heresy.
groovy.
Just get that shit right out of a can. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Oh,
I actually finally
you
figured
deep.
out like why I am so like I have such high food standards, even though I've like lived like as a porous motherfucker my whole life. It's because I worked in the restaurants of or the kitchens of fine restaurants. They gave me the taste for this fine food, and I like can't
I
let
do
it
like
go.
Oh,
fancy stuffing
damn.
though. You can get all kinds of fancy with that stuffing. I'm about that.
You see, you're different than me. Like I'm shit, man. Plain as plain can get. Like when I when I sit there and I hear women complain about oh, I gotta come home and make dinner for everybody and all that. I'm like, well, what the fuck are you making? I mean, turn the pot on, throw some chicken in there, let it boil, cook some rice, and then say niggas eat. I mean, what we talking about? I mean, it's like you ain't gotta do nothing special every night. You ain't gotta go through. Oh man, I gotta cook for everybody. Most of the stuff you can do, you can not even be looking at it. You can just turn it on. I mean, you just be like, I mean, get your crock pot, throw some shit in it, and then go sit your ass down for 3 hours. I mean, it's just like, yeah, and it's like whatever. Like, I didn't have to slave over this or anything. You know, I mean, I didn't have to get Gordon Ramsay's cookbook out and damn, go to page 54. I'm like, but y'all be making a big deal out of nothing. That's all I'm saying. It'd be the same thing with like laundry or something. I'm just like, well, are you putting your clothes in the wash machine? It's like, yeah. Well, put his in there too. I mean, what are we talking about? Like you're already actively putting yours in there, and his happens to be in that same basket. So you just put them in there too. I mean, it's
Can you
folk act
imagine?
like they're doing something special.
You
I
think
mean,
you're
I
like
don't
a
get it.
good person, but you refuse to like put the other laundry in the laundry when you're doing laundry?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, oh no, they can do that themselves. It was like
I
I'm not his mother.
refuse.
I'm like, but you're actively doing it. It's like if I go and actively put it in there, it's like, well, no, I got to take your clothes out. You can do your own clothes. It's like, but it's gonna be a full load if you put my clothes in there too. I mean, it's like, but yeah, that yeah. I mean,
The point of
nobody
view of
wants
a
to help each other.
miserable spinster.
Yeah. Nobody wants to help each other anymore. Everybody wants to say they're independent. I'm like, man, this to be honest, this is the worst point in time in history probably to be independent. It's like, man, shit's too expensive to be independent.
Did you
Let's
read
cut
that?
that shit.
That woman, I don't know who she is or why we care, but some woman has like made a splash. She wrote something for like, I don't know, whatever fucking magazine everyone reads. And her whole point was like, I am now 60 and I realize the life of loneliness I created for myself by like always being essentially a man-hating like bitch, like constantly feeling
Yeah.
like men were my competitors and trying to be equal to them and trying to like one up them and trying to dominate them so they didn't dominate me and like always win every argument and just all of this shit. And now I'm 60 and I'm alone. I don't have kids. And I just like wasted my whole life trying to prove some pointless point, except that I'm lonely. That's the point. I'm a lonely, miserable person. And I was like, man, somebody finally fucking said it. And she specifically like pinned it on feminism. She was like, feminism gave me this mindset and I thought I was being a good feminist. And like, here's what I did to myself. But
Yeah, but
I
you
don't know
got to
if it'll
be
just be
careful
lost
because
on everyone.
yeah, you got to be careful because some of them chicks to be saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a feminist," and they be giving you all the feminist handbook. You look over there, they be married, got kids and shit. They be like, that's like, man, no. You need to go be a bad bitch. I'll stay over here with my husband and shit because I ain't
You
done.
do it.
I
Good for
mean,
you.
I'm just like, now's the time that you need. Look, this shit is simple, okay? Find somebody you're attracted to. Hopefully they ain't a piece of shit. And y'all want to touch each other where you pee at. And then you be good, okay? I mean, that's it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Make this union and then make this shit work, all right? Damn, I mean, either that or
Don't have kids
have some
with
close friends.
don't have kids with stupid people.
Yeah, yeah.
You're tied to them for the rest of your life, whether you want to be or not. So choose wisely. Don't get your kids vaccinated.
Yeah, there it is. Like, but everybody now is just like, oh, I need to do my own thing. Ah, the hell with women. Ah, the hell with men. I'm just like,
Be
well, what
living
you
in a
gonna do,
van.
dog?
Be
I
careful
mean,
what you wish for.
I mean, like you like to have some companion, whether and maybe you're not with somebody, but maybe you have friends or whatever that you live with or whatever and stuff like that. And there's people out there who are like dogging people for that. I said, man, people got to do what they got to do. There's nothing wrong with having roommates or anything like that. But shit's too tough right now to be out here damn making demands, okay?
Oh, be out there
about how your
splitting up,
life's gonna go.
making everything twice as hard for both of you. Why?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's just like, come on now. I mean,
So, Cube,
let's
I
get
got a
it
question
together.
for you.
Mhm.
Cube, were you offended by this onslaught of blackface on Twitter on Halloween?
Oh, what's their blackface?
Oh yeah, I put a link in the studio chat. Why don't you play that?
Oh
nice.
shit. Hold on. Okay. So we got blackface all over the place. Here we go. Oh, okay. Let me get this pulled up. Is this it? Yeah, okay.
Where the fuck my food stamps at, nigga? Y'all niggas hate black people for real. Where the fuck are they? Like, respect black women or else, nigga. How the fuck a big one costs more but way less than my EPT, nigga?
Jesus Christ.
How did you find that? How did you find that?
She's like not even
How
good
did
at
you-
it.
Yeah, how did you come across that? There's no way that you came across that.
How a Bitcoin costs more but way less than my EBT card.
What is going on? That's some horrid shit. My goodness. That's horrendous. That was her Halloween.
She just very poorly painted her face and then very poorly imitated the worst kinds of people.
Person, I guess. Yeah.
Dude, like
I
but the
guess-
number of people who are like threatening and like, you better give me my food stamps or else is pretty fucking crazy. I'm like, where are all these people coming from? None
So
of them are
here's
gonna
the
do
thing.
shit either.
We got 40 million people on food stamps, and then food stamps are turned off. Something tells me we ain't gonna have 40 million people starve to death, which tells me that they're gonna get resourceful real fucking quick.
Yeah.
Which tells me they should have got resourceful years ago quick.
Yeah. I know. There's what someone was like, I just hope all those children get to eat. And I'm like, there's not a fucking single one of them is not going to eat. The kids who don't eat are the kids whose parents are smoking crack right in front of them. Those kids might not eat because their parents literally don't even give a shit that they're alive and they're not thinking about food at all. Like, and that has nothing to do with whether food stamps are coming or not. They're just like not going to the store and buying food and they're not cooking. Those kids might not eat, but they weren't going to eat anyway. The kids who are on food stamps are going to eat. They're gonna eat. They never needed this, and there's like plenty of food, and there's not a single fucking person who would like look at a starving kid and be like, no food for you, Benjamin. Like, you're going to give children food if you see them and they're genuinely hungry. So shut the fuck up. People are like, oh, food banks are going to be so stretched thin. I'm like, no, they're not. Because every single one of you motherfuckers that's so deeply like offended by this and emotional about it right now are giving tons of money and food to food banks. That's what people do. Like, I'm not worried about it at all. We ate and took care of each other before the government had this massive, inflated, gigantic food stamp budget, and we're going to do it afterwards. Also, didn't this food stamp budget like double under Biden? Didn't the number
Oh
of
yeah.
people and the money double?
Yeah, all these
Oh,
goddamn
the
illegals.
money was
Yeah.
the money is so I've got the numbers here. The money right now is $23.93 a month, but during the Biden era, it was over $3,000 a month.
So it's like barely coming back down from what it doubled. And that's the thing too. Whatever, it's all theater and it's all whatever. But like every single thing the Biden administration did was like a trap for the Trump administration. So they're like, when you want to bring this back to a normal budget, they're going to say, look at them, they're attacking poor people and they're attacking the food stamp budget. And it's like, but it was doubled without purpose to begin with. So like, of course you need to bring it back down. And like,
No,
look at
man,
them taking
folks.
down these pictures of
Right.
slaves in parks. Like, but they weren't there before 2020 fucking 2 or 4, whatever, I don't know. And then they have nothing to do with the site they're at. They just threw them up in random places. You like take them down now because they never belong there. And now you can say, oh, he's erasing history or whatever. I was like, all of these things are just bullshit traps and nobody gives a shit about the context.
So
Yeah,
I
people were
have
extra
numbers
hungry.
for you
Oh, okay.
We're really
on the
hungry.
EBT if you're curious about demographics
Okay.
and things
Okay.
like that. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So 36.5% of the users are white, 13% Hispanic, 3.3% Asian, 26% Black.
There it is.
3% Asian.
Still not does
Who the
not
fuck are
all
those
the way
Asians?
add up to 100.
Those are
Yeah, yeah.
some.
What Asians are broke?
Those are like
I
the
ain't
Cambodian
met a
Asians.
Why
broke
are they not
Asian
doing
yet.
calculus or something?
Only so whites are 61% of the population and account for 36.5% of the users. Hispanics are 16% and account for 13%. Asians are 5.9% and account for 3.3%. And this is the part that the white community gets all crazy about. Blacks are 12% of the population, but 26% of the SNAP users.
So everyone's
So.
like equal or like half of their percentage, except Black people are like double theirs. A much higher percentage of Black
Asian,
people
More
are on
than
what
food
double.
stamps.
Asian folk on? Yeah, but it just said Asian people on food
Asians are
stamps.
That's why I was
half
like,
those.
that's
Most of
self-reported
them
Asians.
niggas,
Oh,
Those
most
aren't
of
real
them
those
niggas,
people
Asians.
from like those ain't real Asians. They're from like Philippines and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
You haven't been to the
Yeah.
bar where I bartended on a Saturday night when we had Asian invasion. Like that group
Those Asians.
was like not going to Ivy League colleges.
yeah, but most of them niggas own like a nail salon or some fucking
Not
sushi
these.
bar or some little rinky-dink China buffet. Come on, man.
That's some
Yeah.
I
racist
mean,
shit you just spouted.
Yeah,
I don't
a
give a
lot of
fuck.
that. That's
Look,
why it's so low.
or they damn, or they doing some IT shit. They either like super smart or they got their own business.
That's true.
So I'm trying
They're
to find these
industrious.
3% that
Yeah.
need it. Because the 3% that need it, their family disowned them. Let me just tell you that much right now. The 3%, they must have did something horrendous. They must have fucked some black dude or something. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
they're probably like me because I'll hit Asian, Native American, and white when I'm filling something out because those are like my 3 like main backgrounds or whatever. And so
Oh, there
they
you go.
count me
You
as
don't.
Asian. I'm like
Yeah, you don't
not
consider
Asian at
yourself
all.
white. Like
Yeah.
that's just one chick. She's like, yeah, I don't. It's like what? It's like white girls love, or the people, the guys in Thailand love white girls or whatever. And it was like, she said, but I'm not a white girl. He's like, oh,
So let me
Are you?
I mean, you
clarify
look
this.
white.
Are
She
you?
said,
If you
I
got white,
don't consider
if you
myself
have
white.
white skin, it's because your ancestors came from a region north of the Caucasus Mountains. Period. End of story. I don't give a goddamn fuck what cultural identity you cling to. You a white motherfucker if you was born, if your ancestors are from goddamn Europe. End of story. Even the white Spanish.
No, but
the white Spanish
no,
are as
but
European as
those
it fucking gets.
no, but those people that was in Europe, they used to be black because they came from Africa and went up to Europe,
They was Kangs and shit, I
and then
forgot.
it turned white. Yeah,
They got
and then it
white.
turned white
No
when they
kings
got to
though.
Europe.
Africans.
I don't buy
No
this
kings.
people turn different color shit. It just don't make sense.
Neither does Robert Sepper. So you look into his anthropological research and agree with him. You'd be
Yeah,
much
man, that's what
cheaper.
happened, man. When they, yeah.
It's obvious white people are aliens to this foreign world. We were brought here by an Anunnaki.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, because technically, if you go like population wise, like white people is a minority.
The minority.
The whitest
Yeah,
of
it's
the
the
white
minority.
people, the red-haired, light-eyed people, are the Rh negative people. So
They're from
there
outer
is actually
space.
like a difference blood type,
They're
and they don't
Yeah.
intermix well.
they're the orange cat of the human species.
When you
Yeah.
say they don't
Giants.
intermix well, what do you mean?
So like I have Rh negative, and when I was pregnant, they were like, well, if we find out the, blood type of the baby and it's positive, you can have like a really bad pregnancy or abort or miscarriage or whatever, because your body rejects it as foreign. So like you can technically also not reject it as foreign, but like you have a spicier chance of danger because of your.
Oh, okay.
So like, but Rh negative is like anywhere from 10, some people say 19% of the population. And so I'm less likely to find other people who are Rh negative and mate with them.
Wow,
But I aborted it anyway,
that's
so it didn't
crazy.
matter.
Yeah, you just go around and just ask people their blood type.
Yeah, what's your blood? And no one
That's like
knows.
that's
I've found like almost no one knows
I
their
don't
blood
know
type.
either. I don't know my blood type.
yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
I've got
know.
blood. I know that. That's
As I
I
know.
think that's all I really need to know.
Well, you
So
can
yeah, that's
you can guess.
The AI knows. That's what's
The
the
AI
most
probably
important.
does ask it. What's my
ah.
blood
The
type?
You
See
think
what
you
it
could
says.
you think you could prick your finger and AI would be able to tell you blood type?
Just merge with it.
Put it on a
Yeah.
little monitor. You think AI would lie to
Maybe.
you?
Maybe not.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Corey, we ain't asking you on this.
It'll
one.
lie to you while playing Fish albums that never came out.
It will. Especially if you tell it. You're like, I wish I was Rh positive or Rh negative. And what blood type am I? It'll be like, well, you're definitely that one that you wished for.
Here's the deal. AI is not AI, because if you can have a fucking programmer program it to be nice to the Jews, it ain't an independent thinking anything. So fuck off.
That's the logic that gets you there.
Damn. I mean, there it is. That's a good one to stamp this episode. We appreciate everybody for coming out. Watching another episode of Day Zero. We're gonna go ahead and go around the round table and do the things. We're gonna start with Lindsay.
I am at roguesoul.org. You can find everything I do there, including my books, which you should buy and read or listen to on Audible, and my services, which you can schedule one-on-one. You can also check out all the places where the show is. It's back on YouTube if you want to revisit the old original Rogue Ways on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/c/Rogue Ways, and it's still there. So until they kick me off again, you can also hear me on every podcast platform in existence on the show Rogue Soul. That's all.
All right, appreciate that, Charlie. What you got for us?
I have Drew and Marie from Spiderland on macroaggressions that came out today. So go check them out. We've got to hang out with them at in Pueblo at Third Eye Carnival. I've hung out with them in Nashville at Third Eye Carnival, at Liberty on the Rocks in downtown Denver. I see them all over the place. So good to have them on the show. Macroaggressions.io, activistpost.com.
Right. Of course, Corey is CoryHughes.org, bullethehistory.substack.com. A Warner from History. JFK book. Lee Harvey Oswald in black and white. Volume 2 on the way early 2026. Is that still
Yes.
right? Okay. That is still right. If you haven't, go ahead and pick you up some independent media token. All right. Get you the Phantom Wallet today. Purchase some Solana first. You need Solana first. And then you can transfer that over into the independent media token. So go ahead and get you some today. Of course, me, xq420.com for everything that I do. Appreciate y'all for coming out for another episode of Day Zero. We'll have day 210 next week for you. Peace out.